In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the Nuggets and Miami Heat and why the Miami Heat lost and why the Denver Nuggets won. So let's get down. Let's check this out really quickly. If you are a coach and you want to have a crazy defense, make sure to go check out the Unbeatable Basketball Zone defense book down in the description below. So number one is, of course, the passing and the passing ability of Jokic. Jokic was able to make this pass into the post for the dunk. Now, if it wasn't for that pass, this obviously would have never happened. But if it wasn't for Gordon knowing how to close out, seal out his man so that this pass could get to him, he would have never got the pass anyways. But the passing of the Nuggets was definitely a problem for the Miami Heat. Here we can see a pass right from a half court way into the post to Jokic or to Gordon, who was able to then, of course, destroy his defender at the rim. They really did not have an answer for Gordon. His strength and ability to get to that rim is just crazy. Now, a lot of younger players, if they try to post up way from the perimeter and they try to post up, they take like 6 trillion dribbles to get into the post. Gordon doesn't do that. He turns his shoulder really quickly, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, and then he goes for a hop step or jump stop, feet nice and wide, so that he's able to get up nice and strong into that layup. The reason why you don't want to take 6 trillion dribbles to get to the rim is because these players will jump off their men and try to double you because they know that your vision is to get right to that rim. So you really want to make your dribbles count, get to that rim, make contact hard, and then, of course, make that basket. These horn style sets as well work extremely well for Jokic to get these passes either to the players who are cutting to the rim or out to the corners. And again, they did not have an answer for Gordon or really Jokic either. Gordon was just an absolute powerhouse getting to that rim. And every chance they got, they threw down a dunk. Even with a play like this, a horns play where this man sets the screen out, ball handler or player who passed the ball to the high post on this side, cuts to the rim, uses the screen, gets wide open in the post. Instead of just going up for the layup, he went up for the dunk to send a message. Now, even though this man goes in, gets that floater, watch the Miami Heat right now. They're not doing anything to box out. And they were destroyed on the boards, in my opinion, because of that. But they really had no way of stopping a lot of the Denver players to get to the rim. On a play like this right here, where this hook is going to happen in the playoffs, they're not going to be calling it. And when that happens, this guy has to cut off that drive. It's not happening. This team is more experienced than a lot of people think, the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat players should understand that these small little hooks with the butt on a screen is going to happen and they're going to get caught on it. And these players who are guarding the screener should really be dropping down and really protecting the paint. Play more defensively than, of course, riskier. And they're playing more riskier than what they should be. So plays like this are going to continue to happen unless they become more of a defensive team. If the Miami Heat really want to win, they're going to need to do more plays like this, where they can set these screens, hit the roll man, and then collapse the defense on that drive and then get weak side players cutting baseline so that they can throw down some easy dunks. They need to do these types of plays a lot more, and they will have a better chance. Now, while it may be tempting to really try to double team Jokic in the post because he doesn't necessarily dribble right away, you really need to watch out for that, and you really need to make sure that you're covering your spots. This guy needs to be farther back. He needs to be covering both of these guys. He needs to be covering both of these guys. That is what has to happen here. However, nobody is covering here, and Lowry allows Gordon to get behind him to set that back screen, which then allows the three-point shooter to be absolutely wide open. That can't happen, and they should not be doubling Jokic. They should be forcing Jokic to try to score, not be assist man. Because let's face it, you've got Jokic in the post. What's he going to get? 2 points maybe? Okay, so 2 points at maybe 60%, or would you rather have a wide open 3-point shot at maybe 40+%? What would you rather have? I would much rather have this guy having a hard time one-on-one and just be physical. Let him get fouled. Who cares? Just don't let him shoot. And let him have a low percentage in the low post and let him shoot free throws. That's totally fine. Yes, free throws are like what, 85% for him? Okay, 85% for a 1-point shot, or 60% down low, or you can make it 40 or 30% down low if you can hack his arms off every time he shoots, or you can have a 40+% 3-point shot out on the perimeter. I would much rather have a hard fought game in the low post than open 3-point shots. Maybe that's just old school me, but that is how I would be coaching the Miami Heat right now. And you need to play a lot stronger than this guy on Jokic. Just flopping like this, and the closer up view of this that I show in another one of my videos, that was a flop. No, Jokic did not hit him with his shoulder. It was an off arm, and that guy flopped. You can't be doing that. If you're going to flop like that, you need to hug that guy up and take him down with you, because guess what? This is the NBA playoffs. This is the final game. You can't be playing this guy lightly. You have to be able to hit him hard so that he doesn't just get these easy layups, because guess what? That could have also been classified as a foul on the guy who flopped. So guess what? If you are not... This is a finals game. You need to hit this guy hard. You need to take him out of the game. And I don't mean injure him. I just mean like take him mentally out of the game, where he thinks down to himself down here, darn, I can't get anything down low. I need to start shooting up threes. And then if you can cover him on the 3-point line, because now he's mentally out of the game down here, then you're going to potentially win the game more often than not. But by just flopping like we see here, that's just not going to happen. Now, when Jokic does his spin move here, it's fantastic. Yeah, he keeps the ball nice and high. This guy tries to reach in, and he's still able to get that hook. But guess what? What we see here is, of course, this man not willing or wanting to get a foul. He's going straight up. That's totally fine. You're not going to be blocking a hook shot by Jokic. But this guy right here, when that arm goes through over top, you should be able to read that he's going to be keeping it up high. You need to be taking those arms off. I don't care that you're going to be getting called a foul. Guess what? You're not Jimmy Butler. You're not the focal point of the offense. So be a burner and take his arms off so that he has to get points from the free throw line. This is 100% shot if he spins off and gets that hook. It's 100%. Nobody's going to block that. So would you rather 100% shot from here, or would you rather roughly 85% from here? I would much rather have 85% on a 1-point shot than 100% on a 2-point shot. So take his arms off, shoot up, make him shoot from the free throw line, make this an ugly game, and that's how you're going to win it. This is the NBA Finals. You have to play more aggressive. So now they're playing more aggressive on Jamal Murray, but he's still able to get that and one because they're not cutting off his drive. That's you have to do the work before he gets the rim. You're allowing him that wide open lane. Like, what are you doing defensively? You have to beat him to that spot, get there, and either take the charge or wrap him up. One or the other. Again, NBA Finals. Wrap the guy up or take the charge. One or the other. But you can't be just trying to beat him to the spot, which you don't get to the spot in time to try to take the charge. You have to sprint to that spot. Get there first. Make the shot hard. That's all I'm asking for. And just Miami's not doing that, and that just allows him to have an and one shot right at the end. Now, I'm not too sure if it's just too loud of a crowd. They don't hear what these guys are doing, or they're just not paying attention to what should be being done. But their rotations here are just off. Yeah, they're coming off. They're trying to defend this guy. Jokic is wide open from three. You don't want Jokic hitting a wide open three. This guy should be moving over. He should be moving up, and he should be covering both of these guys. That's what should be happening. But that doesn't happen. They allow Jokic to be wide open, and that's just going to be 100% because he's not going to miss on a wide open three. I also really like how the Nuggets space the floor. They have a guy in this corner. They're attacking the middle of the court. They've got a guy in the wing. This guy could go to multiple different options. He could even hit this guy cutting. They've collapsed the defense, so of course the corner and the wing are the most better options that are here. Corner being the number one option, and of course they get a wide open three. Now, coming off the screen, again, wide open in the middle of the paint. You're not going to be playing defense like that. What is these two guys doing? This guy shouldn't be in this position. This should be one of these two guys covering Jokic, but none of them are. And they're willing to allow him to have a wide open shot in the middle of the key. This is ridiculous. What type of defense are we playing if we're Miami? So that's my thoughts on the Miami versus Denver game. Denver obviously is going to be feeding Jamal Murray as well as Jokic in the definitely Jokic in the post. But Miami has to step up their defense. They need to play way more aggressive. They're playing like a regular season game, and this is not the regular season. In the playoffs, whether it's youth basketball or not, guess what? You need to play more aggressive. You want to get that ball. This is literally, especially if it's youth basketball, it's a one or done. So you need to play more aggressive, especially on the defensive end. Because defense is the best offense, because then you can get those leak out passes. That is how you have to play. Yes, while this year in our provincial championships where we won silver, guess what? Yes, my team out-fouled the other team 19-5 in one game. Yeah, we were playing a bit more aggressive than the other team, and yeah, the referees were calling a bit more than they probably should have, but we were way more aggressive, and that allowed us to get back into some games that we were losing and win silver eventually. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.